Hello and welcome everybody, I am Brandon, and we got a buttload of Skate 4 news to talk about today. Your boy, Jeff Grubb, frequent leaker and delinquent, shaking my head, posted a 30-second clip of pre-alpha gameplay footage of Skate 4 over on Twitter the other day. Not only is the Skate 4 pre-alpha gameplay footage, but this might also speak to the greater development culture going on at EA itself. We got all that news and more on another episode of Game Corner. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what I do, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and I'll stop wasting your time. So like I said earlier in the week, Jeff Grubb posted some hot Skate 4 leaks over on Twitter. He had links to a little 30-second clip that had been posted over on odyssey.com. Since then, it has been taken down, but lucky for you guys, I was able to record a copy of it before then. Anyway, Jeff Grubb's tweet reads, "This is Skate 4 pre-alpha footage. This is in line with what I've heard about where the game is at from multiple people. They're trying to get the feel right, which is probably the most important aspect of a skate game." Like I said, this is some very early gameplay demo stuff here. You can tell that they're just prototyping right now, pre-alpha gameplay stuff. Nothing is textured yet, and you can even see the inputs from the controller in the little bottom right-hand corner there. So at this point, some of you may be asking, is this real footage or not? And we can confirm, at least from Jeff Grubb here, that this is real Skate 4 gameplay footage. That all being said, here on Game Corner, we cover a lot of leaks, a lot of pre-release stuff, and I just want to remember that we take everything with a grain of salt here. While this is confirmed to be real footage, let's make sure that we keep our expectations at appropriate levels. Obviously, the game is going to change a lot before we end up even getting to see footage of it, and it's important to keep in mind that what we're seeing right here is prototype. This is unreleased. This is not official from EA at all. They did not want you to see this. But that does open up a very interesting conversation. Jeff Grubb actually goes on to say in his tweet that this might actually point to EA giving their devs more ample time to work on their games in the prototyping stages and in the early development stages to actually bring you a solid single player experience instead of relying on microtransactions and live service games like they have done in the past. His tweet reads, "To me, this is all exciting. It looks like the emphasis is on the fluidity of the animation, and it seems like EA is making good on its desire to give all devs ample time to prototype. Quote unquote, the Respawn method." Respawn Entertainment is, of course, the hit development studio behind Apex Legends, Titanfall 1 and 2, and the reason that we have the Respawn method in the first place, The Force Awakens. So like I said, even more interesting than the Skate 4 gameplay footage that we're seeing here is the change of culture that we might be seeing over at EA as a whole. Some of you might be a little bit too young to remember, but EA has an infamous history of being one of the worst companies ever. Especially in the 2010s, they had a reputation of trying to pump out live service and microtransaction ridden games to the public, and it did not go over well for them. They had such a bad reputation, the independent news source The Consumerist actually named them the worst company of 2012 and 2013. And they even have a whole Wikipedia page dedicated to the criticism that EA has faced over its whole existence. Now, while I can't say for sure, I do think that this might point to a bigger change in view that EA is having about their development process as a whole. Showing a clear growth and respect of their single player titles and how their developers work as a whole. Allowing more time for prototyping doesn't necessarily make you a better game, but especially with a game as gameplay driven as Skate 4, this seems to inspire a lot of confidence in a series that hasn't seen a sequel since May of 2010. And then this goes on to wrap up into an even bigger conversation about how maybe devs should be more open about sharing this sort of footage and information with their customers. We often don't see stuff like this because developers or publishers just think it'd be best to wait until they actually have something real to show you instead of showing you all this pre-done gameplay that's not finished yet. But there's been some really positive reception to this pre-alpha gameplay footage. The series has a really loud and loyal audience behind it, and they haven't seen or heard anything since 2020 when they announced that Skate 4 was being developed in the first place. So I really do think people are salivating at the mouth right now to really get a hold of anything they can that has to do with Skate 4. And this just happened to hit the spot. So what do you guys think? Do you think this footage is legit? And if you do, how do you think this game is coming along? Personally, I think the gameplay and animation looks solid so far. As an avid lover of extreme sports games, I'm very excited for this game to come out and obviously excited to see what they're gonna do with this sequel. Anyway, that's about all the Skate 4 news I got to share with you guys today. This was the Game Corner episode on the pre-alpha release footage of Skate 4. Thanks for watching and have a kick-ass week.